Hi, it's Aisha again. I hope you're enjoying these little snippets and finding them interesting. It'd be good to hear from you. If you go on my website, it's got my email address, adpcerisi.com. If you want to send me a message, that'd be lovely. I know life is very busy these days, so we got to do the best we can. Stay in touch. Now, I have read a little bit from chapter 3 of book 1. He is born. And then I've read another bit from chapter 3 in book 2. He is crowned. And now I'd like to read you a part of chapter 3 from book 3. Tutankhamun, he is wed. And he has been pharaoh now for a year or two. The regnal year, the year when he's first made pharaoh, does not count towards his reign. So that first year is gone, and now he is hoping to get involved a bit more with the business of ruling his country, but he is still only 13 or 14 at this time. So chapter 3, he has decided that he wants to get married because he feels he is able to now be a man and become a father if he wished to. So he decided that he wanted to get married in 3 moons and not wait till he was 15. Tut realizes he knows very little about women, having made this decision, and thinks it will do him good to mingle more with his fighting men during leisure time at the barracks, to learn what he can from their banter and talk. He discovers much about such matters as which part of a woman's body his comrades prefer. Some are drawn to women with full, large breasts, others to small, neat ones. Women's bottoms, the young pharaoh is surprised to find, attracts the most attention. Some enjoy looking at firm, peach-shaped ones, apparently a sign of virginity, while others prefer broad, low-slung bottoms, ensuring a smooth ride. A comment Tut does not fully understand, yet he feels his implement grow and become firm during such conversations. On his return to the palace, and while Tut is washing off the dust of the journey, he imagines how Anken will look after his time away. He dresses carefully, choosing a gold-color kilt with matching sash to wear across his bronze, bare but as yet hairless chest. The gold causes his skin to appear shiny, and the color reflects in his eyes, causing them to take on a golden, mysterious hue. He stands in front of the bathroom mirror and is pleased to see, although still on the short side, his thighs are muscular from running and horse riding. His broadening chest and shoulders also please him. Yes, he says to himself with satisfaction, I am beginning to acquire the bearing of a fighting man. As the king walks out of his bedchamber, having placed his curly Nubian-style wig on his shaven head, Al-Kaus, I'll just tell you here, Al-Kaus is the leader of his elite guards is waiting to escort him to Anken's apartment. Tut takes long strides to get there quicker. His guards, walking behind, smile knowingly at one another. Their pharaoh is growing up. Leaving his guards outside the door, Tut walks in to find Mira, the twin sister of his housekeeper Minna, waiting for him. Without saying a word, she leads him to Anken's balcony. As he beholds his beloved, Tut catches his breath, his eyes feasting on the vision before him. At 19, Anken is ravishing, skin unblemished, hair scented and combed back from her face, with a red sash accentuating her slender waist. For the first time, he truly admires her long, slender legs, alluring under the sheer, deep blue material of her gown, which is shimmering in the torchlight. He caresses with his eyes her high forehead, long plaited hair, slender neck, aquiline nose, small neat breasts, firm and inviting behind the blue shimmer of material crisscrossing her bosom, and held in place on her gently rounded hips by tiny brooches of beaten gold. He bends his head slightly to the left, but he cannot see her bottom since she is facing him. He makes a mental note to find out whether hers is pert and neat, as he thinks, much like the rest of his beloved, or whether it is broad and low-slung. He can smell sandalwood and roses emanating from her. Tut can feel his young body stirring and desire welling up in him. Control your emotions, he cautions himself as he continues to stare at Anken. Tut, are you well? Asks Anken, trying not to look pleased at the way her beloved is devouring her with his eyes. The first time she has noticed him doing so openly. You are more beautiful than your mother, Nefertiti, he whispers as he walks towards her. I cannot believe so, she replies, laughing gently. The torchlight is playing tricks with your eyes, but she cannot hide the fact that she is pleased to see the look of desire mingled with pride on her pharaoh's face. The sight of you, my princess, has taken my breath away, Tut responds. They walk together arm in arm, turn to look across the Nile, silent and majestic. The moon is up, casting a ghostly bluish light over the landscape. The Nile creatures are settling for the night, the occasional bird still returning to its nest. A lone barge is making its way downriver past the palace. As Tut moves closer to Anken, his body tingles as he feels the vibrations of her body, urgent and demanding, pressing against his chest. She lets out a sigh of pure joy at being so close to him. In that instant, he feels 10 times taller than his actual height, and his chest puffs out with pride. I have missed you so, she whispers against his ear, sending shivers down his spine. And I you, he replies. Let us sit here a while and enjoy being close together. She nods agreement, and they sit clinging to each other on the chaise. The northern breeze coming off the river caresses their bare arms. Time seems to stand still. Their solitude is broken by the arrival of Mira, making a slight coughing sound to attract attention. The couple reluctantly loosen their grip on each other and look at Mira, who is clearly embarrassed at intruding on their privacy. I think that should get your appetite going. I hope you like it. These three books are essentially about three very strong women and how they navigate their way through a man's world. There is Nefertiti, the wife of Akhenaten. There is Tia, or T-E, T-I-Y-I. Sometimes she's referred to as T-E, who is the wife of Amenhotep III and mother of Akhenaten. Amenhotep is the father. And Maya, whom the lady Tia takes under her wing and ensures that she is well educated, sufficient to be the best she can at bringing up a young prince. And the story itself is about the life of a family, the ups and downs of a family, the losses and pain and suffering that families go through. So although it's about a royal family, it is about life at that time. And what I found really, really interesting was that although some things are absolutely different from now, the fears and the hopes and the joys and the dreams of those that lived at that time are almost exactly the same as they are today, which is really fascinating. And I wrote these books because there are many, many people who will not, for whatever reason, financial or otherwise, be able to go to Egypt and actually see the artifacts from the tomb, or they might have television, some might not. And I wanted to share that experience with anyone and everyone who is interested to know about life at that time and what kind of upbringing and what things would have made Tut happy or unhappy. And that is the thrust of all three books. It's just looking at everything from Tut's viewpoint and how he grows and matures. All right then, you take good care of yourself and may your God go with you, as Dave Allen always said. Until next time.